Okay, everybody. Hi, I am Blake Cabot. I am the owner of facepaint.com, and I have four fabulous ladies who are going to be doing our 200th anniversary webinar, which is a milestone, I guess. And I'm always thrilled to have all these painters. These are some of my favorites. And so we're going to be doing one at a time. We're going to go Marcela first, Jackie, then Pam, then Frida. So here they all are, so you can see them, and then they're going to disappear in a second. And we're going to start with Marcela because she's got a gig in a mere 30 minutes, so she's got a motor. So we're going to have to start with her. Okay, so without further ado, Marcela, take it away.
Okay, hi everyone, happy anniversary. All right, so I'm gonna do a snowman, okay, and a boy practice board. So first thing that I'm gonna do is load my sponge with white paint. And then I'm going to create like a mask. Okay. Then I'm gonna add a little bit of blue. This is Siva blue. Underneath, right here. And here. Okay.
Hey, Barbara. Hi, Gilbert. Thanks for the congratulations.
Yay. Is anybody watching yet?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to load 2/3 angle brush with, this is the Easy Palette, the Christmas one. And I'm going to load this blue, dark blue, light blue, and gray colors. And then I'm going to do like circle right here.
Cheryl likes your practice board.
Oh, thank you. This is my son in a caricature style.
Huh.
My middle one. Okay. And I'm gonna
and he consented to have his image used?
Yes, but I sell this, and the deal is that I save that money from this sale for him to his car. He's 16, so you know he's saving money, and I say, okay, that's good.
So buy this board and help this child get a car.
That's the slogan, right?
That's great marketing right there. That is genius. Well done.
You asked me, like, I didn't say anything. All right. Okay, so now I'm gonna use this half angle brush, and I'm gonna load this brown part for the hat. I leave this negative space right here for the scarf. So here I'm gonna do like this shape like that. And I'm shaking, like this is my first time doing this. I don't know why.
I don't know why either. You've done this like a zillion times.
I know, but
we've done what about seven of these things or something?
Yes, I think so.
This isn't your first time to the rodeo.
Like a newbie. Nerviosita.
Oh, Marcela, you're doing awesome.
Oh, yeah. Thank you for... Yeah. All right. So And now that I'm using this same brush, I'm gonna do the arms. Okay. And
Vivian says she thinks that's lovely for your son.
oh, thank you. You think so, that too. So now with the filbert or any, not a round brush, but maybe if you have an angle very small, like a fourth or filbert, that's fine. Load it up with red and then make the scarf. And then okay, and this part right here before I do the other part of the hat. Okay, like that. Now with a round brush, I'm gonna load it up with the same brown. It's almost the black, this part right here.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna do this part, which is like curve, like this.
Hello from Bellevue,
Okay.
Nebraska. Congratulations on the 200th anniversary. Thanks, Diana.
Okay. I'm gonna do the eyes. I know why I'm shaking.
Why?
Because I just got a Coke, Coca-Cola.
Oh.
And that, you know, the caffeine.
Yeah, it can make you a little weird.
Like that. Yeah.
Or is it because the pressure that that Jackie and Pam and Frida are watching?
Yes. Oh my
and they can say anything. I mean, they can say anything really mean. Like,
dog, say something, girl.
Can you hear us?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, you can hear all you guys.
Hey, well, there we go then.
It's a party. Woo!
Yes. Natalie Davis nature palette you're using?
Sorry?
Is it the Natalie Davis nature palette you got there? Or what's your palette on the side?
This one is the Easy Stroke, the Susie Amaro one.
Oh, it's
Yes, the Christmas.
Oh, beautiful.
The Christmas one. It's so pretty. Yeah.
Hi, Amanda from the UK. Thank you on the 200th anniversary. I like Amanda. She's great.
Okay, so now I'm gonna do the.
Hi, Stephanie with Rosie's Posies in Houston, Texas. You ladies are amazing, says Jessica.
Okay.
Thank you.
And I'm gonna do the trees on the side. It looks like a fluffy. I don't know why it's so chunky.
Yep.
It's a man. It's supposed to be.
Cute.
It looks great. Snowman can be any size.
Yeah.
Ella, it's been a year since we've done stuff like that, right?
Right.
Yeah, it's been a while.
And this little guy has been eating carrots all year long, so a little bit chubby. So that's
Vivian thinks your son's cute. Everybody
Aww.
thinks your son's cute.
Yes,
he is. He's very cute.
Jennifer says chubby snowmen are happy snowmen. I think there's a blur still on the background, Minnie.
For me?
Yeah, she was. I think so, but it doesn't matter. We can see the design well enough.
Okay. That.
It's just a setting she's got on Zoom.
And I thought I was fixing that.
Yeah, we thought we did. We did.
Okay.
It's good though. I mean,
so
it works
top,
good.
Top. Top. Super easy. You don't need any technique to do this. This is the Christmas tree. Just to add some color. You can do a few layers if you have time. We don't usually have so many time in Christmas events, right? It's just going crazy. I'm gonna do the
Kim,
green
hello,
leaf
Kim
right
from
here.
Michigan. Brand new here. I need that board and would love to help your son get a car.
No.
We all would. That's a great board.
It's a great board.
Yeah. And in the back is black, so you can practice your line work.
There you go.
So I'm trying to make a light red, mixing it with the gold, just because I don't want to use any other color.
There you go. Vivian says
Okay.
that Snowman is the cutest and so happy.
Yes, he's happy. All right. So now I'm gonna do like some highlights. Oops.
Hi, Eve. Mm-hmm.
Something like that. Some highlights where you think you need it. And then let's do some. Some line work there. So instead of the eye cat, make the shape in the opposite way, like this. Instead of this, just because it's a boy, something like that. Not too swirly. A little bit more like straight line work. It's hard for me. I always attempt to do swirly things and girly things. So let's do the snow. And that. And of course, I'm gonna use glitter. Guess which glitter I'm gonna use.
Let me think. Hang on. I think I got it. Maybe Vivid Glitters. I'm just gonna guess.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I'm in trouble if I don't. No,
Yeah, she lives 30 minutes away from you. It's just gonna be ugly. I mean, it's
Right.
You'll come over there too. I mean, I've seen Jackie when she get mean. It's tough.
Okay.
Let's see what paintbrush use.
You better. No, I'm just kidding. All right. Okay. So then we have the snowman, and I'm gonna use this one.
What brush were you using for your line work?
I use this one, the round number 2, the LE.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this one too. I use the script liner 3 to make the highlights and everything, but you can do it with anyone. So if you didn't try this one is my favorite, and I'm gonna use this 3 for Christmas too.
Awesome.
Beautiful. I love it. Thank you, Shaki. Thank you for create this beautiful combination. I love it.
You're so welcome. It was so much fun this whole October, right?
Yes.
And
I use
think
it a lot. I'm
so impressed that you're using it on your snowman. So this palette is for all year long.
Yes. I still have a lot, and I use it a lot in October, but maybe I replace the orange one and the pink. No, just that. I love it. Maybe a white one. Okay, so that's my collaboration for today, and I did it on time.
Good job.
Well done.
I love it.
Okay,
Beautiful.
so first design down. That is impressive. Well,
Okay.
thank you, Marcela.
Marcela.
Thank you.
That is awesome.
Okay, bye. Have fun.
Bye-bye. Have a good
Bye.
gig.
Thank you.
Okay, now we are going to move to Jackie. I'm going to ask you to start your video, Jackie. And
My video is already on.
oh, I got it, but you have to turn it back on. I just asked you to turn them back on, I think.
No, that was my other one. My computer one is on.
Okay, sorry. Let me.
My other one is still on.
Okay.
That was the one that we don't need.
I have requested, so you have to look at your phone to turn it back on.
All
See a
right.
message on it.
I'll take it off. Oh, there we go. There we go. We're back in business.
There we go. We're back in business. There we are.
Okay. How's that?
Good.
You guys see okay?
Yeah, we can see everybody okay. Perfect. Might need to zoom it in a little bit more when you're painting her.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right, I will. I'm going to zoom her in right now because I'm just going to jump right into it here. So,
okay.
How's that? Is that pretty good?
Yep.
Okay. Excellent. Okay, so I was going to do a poinsettia until my my assistant told me that that's what I've already done that on facepaint.com at a different year. So I was like, oh shoot, what am I gonna do? So like the last minute, I just decided to just do your standard fast like go to poly design.
Mm-hmm. So
that's gonna be probably the top thing you're gonna do for Christmas. So by the way, this is my beautiful Ivy. She's actually a birthday girl. She recently had a birthday just like a week ago, like last week, right? Thursday. And she is now 13. So
Becky Ayanuska from London and Becky from Cocoa Beach. I miss beaches. Oh, it's cold here in Connecticut.
Well, welcome. Okay, so the first thing I'm doing here is I am just covering her with some gold shimmery background, right? I'm just creating a little gold shimmer background and a little bit on her eyes, but I'm going to do something different on her eyes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually going to, oh, by the way, you guys, I'm so thrilled that you guys have these little refills now available.
Oh, yeah.
My palette. So if you guys don't know, I have this the Craze Paint and Sparkle palette. And so all of these little refills are now available. So if you guys run out of a specific color, you don't have to buy the whole palette. You can literally just buy this color and it's only like $5 or something, which is like crazy awesome. So I am going to load up this
There's
one.
a lot of birthday requests, offers for Ivy. So Jennifer and Vivian both say happy birthday, Ivy.
Oh, thank you. Okay. So what I'm doing here is I'm loading this on the edge of this like teardrop sponge like this. I know it's weird, but it's gonna be cool. So this is called Royal Blood, this one. So close your eyes. I'm just going to kind of make her eyes have that little, you know, just
one question about the palette. The refills are both the paint and the glitter. No, it's just the paint. I don't think we have refills for the glitter, do we?
Yeah, no, I don't have refills for those yet. We can maybe make that happen, but
yeah, we can make that happen.
You can actually purchase like a regular jar. For example, like you can buy a jar like this of whatever color you ran out of and just kind of like fill it in if you run the glitter for now, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So next I'm going to take
Hello, Lake Washington.
Alrighty, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make some berries, right? So I'm going to take this part, I'm going to wipe this because I just kind of smudged it. Well, I'm going to just kind of wipe it again so we can see it again. This cake is really nice because it has the black and the red and it has like a shimmery gold right there and then a yellow. But I'm only going to pick up this part right here, just mostly red. and that little edge of black so I can get like a nice edge on my berries. Okay.
Mhm.
So, and the way I just always like to go big or go home, right? So I'm going to make berries. I'm going to do like first 2 up here. Then I'm going to go back and layer that layer. So I'm going to make 2 there. I'm a little dry on my brush, so I'm going to reload it a tiny bit with water.
What gold shimmer were you using there?
I think it's a Fab gold shimmer that I had in my kit there.
Right. Gotcha.
Fab. And then I'm gonna make another one here, not as big as the top one, just a couple little berries here. So then I'm actually gonna go back and make another one. I'm kind of layering these guys. It kind of looks cool. Like they're kind of stacked a little bit.
Right.
Instead of separating them, you know, it kind of makes them look a little 3D-ish. So it looks like on top of another.
Jessica says, I love that palette. It's my fave, and happy birthday.
Oh,
Everybody
you.
wants to wish you, Ivy, a happy birthday.
Thank you. And while I'm here, I'm just gonna go ahead and do her lips because especially around Christmas time, I like to make sure I give pretty red lips. I picked up a little shimmer there. Open a little.
A question about glitter. What do you put inside the container of glitter to make it stay compact and safe to use?
What do you put to make it compact?
Yeah, the glitter inside the container of glitter to make it stay compact and safe to use. I don't know what that means.
I don't
think
really.
the binder, like the fact that it's not a loose glitter.
Right.
Are you referring to the creams or the loose glitters?
Okay. We'll wait for that
Okay.
response.
Because for the creams, I don't do anything. I just they stay pretty good. So, all right. So she's got her lips here.
Nice.
Gorgeous. Got a little ombre effect. All right. So,
and you tried to Haley. I'll get back to you on that question. I'll have customer service get back to you because that I don't have an answer to that one about their glitter refill.
okay. So this is called 24 karat gold. I'm just gonna kind of bring out that gold on the eyes. And I always like to put fine glitter on the eyelids. If you guys know me, that's my thing. All right, so next I'm going to paint some greenery, right? So the hollies, and I'm gonna use this green 1 stroke with my 5/8 long angle brush here. The green, the dark on the longest end, right? So I'm just getting a nice load here. All right, so I'm gonna start up here and just so it's a little different than regular leaves, right? You gotta think spikes. You're gonna flip your brain for Christmas. So I'm gonna paint a nice larger one here. Again, just kind of layering it a little bit. I'm gonna go down one more, a nice big one. I like to paint, you know, as big as I can, whatever, if I have space, it makes it more dramatic and just more dynamic. And so a little bit over here. Okay, she's looking gorgeous. And a little bit over here. Just a tiny bit there. When I get small, I don't worry too much about the little flicks. So the reason why I like this brush is, I mean, you might find it easier to use a short one, but what I like about it is that I like to kind of go back and make these little wispy lines, and you can do that with the end of this brush, because it's so, you know, like thin and long, and you can actually paint with it like that. I'm gonna make
that's it. That's beautiful.
Thank you. Just a little bit there as well. Add a few little strokes there as well. Well, it's on a beautiful girl, so that makes it easy.
It's true.
In this way. And here we go, just another few little. So I always like to do asymmetrical designs. So, you know, that's why I kind of angle it, slant it a little bit. I don't prefer to do the symmetry. It's okay, you know, when you have to, but I think it's very creative to do asymmetrical designs. Okay, so look how pretty she looks already. And now we're gonna do a little bit of lining. I'm just gonna go ahead and trace a tiny bit. I'm gonna give her some eyeliner because
Y asks, may I ask what product to put and make the eyes so sparkling? Thank you for sharing. I know you're gonna answer that question. You love that. That's teeing it up.
Hey, well, I'm so glad you asked that. It's Vivid Glitter. So I use, the way I organize my loose glitters, I organize them by colors. So obviously this is like my gold yellow stack, right? So all of my loose glitters are organized in stacks like this. And I used one called 24 karat gold. That's the that I put on her eyes. So I was saying that I always put fine glitter on the eyelids as much as possible because it's just amazing. It creates such a beautiful, you know, beautiful glow on the eyes. And I'm not going to trace the entire thing. I'm just going to
Haley says, I'm so nervous about using loose glitter near the eyes.
I've been doing it for about 12 years, and it's cosmetic, so it's safer than craft glitter. So yeah, I always do it. You may not want to put it on like a 3-year-old or something, right? Because they rub their eyes, and and you can tell, if a child is not really wanting, if you can see that they're a little bit fussy or whatever, but it will probably feel like as if you have like a little eyelash in there if for some reason anything happens, but it's been safe. No, I've never had anybody say anything. I've been putting glitter on eyes since like the 1960s. Pretty much.
It's just the wetness of the paint that's making it stick.
I'm sorry. Yes, I always try to put on the glitter right after I've sponged the paint on. That's what's making it stick. And I actually dip my fingertip in water, and then I pick up the glitter and I put it on. I believe that's how I just did it just now. Sometimes, that isn't the most professional way to do it. Other times I'll just get like a smoothie blender, and I was trying to fetch one to show you. Here it is. So like other times I'll just grab a smoothie blender and I'll spray that, and then I'll pick up the glitter and just do it that way. However, if you're trying to hurry up, you don't have that time, I don't worry about it so much. But sometimes if you're at a person's home and you're doing a birthday girl, and you want to look professional because they're watching your every moment, then you definitely want to utilize your additional tools to do that. But on the job, I literally do that. Unless I'm putting
we sell blenders on facepaint.com.
Yeah, unless I'm putting glitter on their lips, that I definitely use a smoothie blender to, you know, apply the glitter on the lips. I don't touch their lips with my hands. All right, so right now it looks amazing. So right now I'm just gonna do a few little highlights here. And I'm gonna break out these little cherries, make them look like, you know, they have snow on them, or they're just really, really shiny. And then I'm gonna show you guys my avalanche glitter in action as well as yeah, you have a glitter called Christmas Miracle, which is your definite go-to for the holidays. So right here, I'm just gonna do some, you can turn that way. I'm just basically doing some pretty line work. Some swirls because, you know, in the holidays, there's gonna be wind blowing and cold wind, that is, right? So we're just gonna kind of follow the flow of the design and just add some highlights. Just on top of the dark stuff, I like to make those highlights pop. And just following the flow, see. All right, I'm leaving a little space here for something very special. All right, I think she's ready for some sparkles.
Okay.
So this is all in the Christmas Miracle palette. This is the one that I was telling you guys. This is the newest one called Avalanche. And then this is gonna be your go-to for, you know, the mix of all the three glitters. It's called Christmas Miracle. All right. So first I'm gonna put that one on right here. Because as you can see, you guys are going to utilize that a lot over the holidays. It's got everything, all the colors of Christmas there. Sparkly green, gold, and red. Okay. She looks so pretty. Just put a little extra up there. And now I want to show you a little bit of avalanche, because what's so awesome about this one is that it looks like snowballs, literally. So I'm just gonna put a few here. Let's kind of bring some around here. So it kind of looks like snow. See? It's gonna make that, it's gonna add that special effect of snowflakes.
Oh, now I'm gonna have to buy that, Jacqueline.
Oh, you're gonna love it. You won't be able to live without this, girl.
Yeah, it sounds that way.
You know what's so awesome about it too, though, is that I actually been using it on regular roses because it looks like baby's breath.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, like all around the roses. It looks like baby's breath. And it's like, what? I've been using it crazy. So, and you know how like artists always like to do white dots just as highlights? This is literally the white dots, you know? So it makes it
opaque white glitter in there.
Yeah, it's opaque, exactly. So it's just like white dots, see? So get real close, show everybody your gorgeous face. Doesn't she look amazing?
It's beautiful.
It does.
How did I do on?
Alexandra says, wow, so beautiful.
Yeah.
I love that glitter palette, says Vivian.
Look right here.
You are looking absolutely beautiful. Happy birthday, kiddo, says Kim.
Thank you guys so much. I love being a part of the webinars every couple months.
Yeah, there you go. Yes, and it's been a lot of fun having you guys. So down to two done and two more to go. So this is all very exciting. Thank you very much, Jackie. This has been terrific.
Thank you guys. Bye.
Okay, bye. Okay, let me turn on. Here we go. Okay. Okay, I'm going to request to turn on you, Pam. Okay, asked to start video. So I've asked that. And there we go. Okay, Pam, so you're up. Pam? Oh no.
I think we lost her.
Oh wow.
I don't
Oh,
see
no.
her in the,
I don't see it on the list.
yeah.
Did I screw something up? I got a feeling I screwed something up. Ooh.
Kicked her out, didn't you?
I kicked her out. Okay, we're going with Frida. There
Oh.
we go.
Okay.
There we go. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, Pam's on.
No, Pam's back. Pam's back. Thank God. Okay. Pam, are you talking? Because I can't hear you now. Because I probably kicked out the other thing that had your volume on. Lord. The board looked good for a second there. Now it doesn't, but it did a second ago. Uh-oh. We really are going to go with you, Frida.
Okay, that's cool.
Oh, no, there's Pam. Oh, hang on. She's back. Okay, let's go with this one.
Whatever
Pam.
you.
There we go. And sorry for the discombobulation. Can't hear you. Uh-oh. Maybe we can just do this with sign language. Imagine I'll talk as if I'm Pam. How about that? No, it's audio is connecting. There we go. There we are. Pam, you should be connected now.
Okay.
Great. Okay, fantastic.
All right. I'm trying to get this. I don't know what happened. Everything shut off.
Yeah, it was probably me. I'm going to blame me.
I don't know. I don't know how to get.
Just flip it and hit the little button so the camera's facing down.
Right. Everything is different than what it was before. Okay, here we go. All right.
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'll zoom in.
Yep.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah. Are we in the right spot? Okay.
We're in the right spot.
And we can hear me? Okay. I will try to go quickly here. I know I'm a little over the time here. So
hello, Omaha, Nebraska.
All right. So I have a Peacock design. And since everybody else is doing winter ones, which I didn't, we didn't really know what everybody was doing. You can also call this a winter princess with a peacock look to it. So I'm just starting with royal blue. I'm going to turn my volume up. I can't really hear you. Hello?
Okay. Yep, I can hear you fine.
Okay. So I'm going to pretend that she has her eyes closed here. So I'm just painting like right over her eyeball here.
We at facepaint.com do not recommend painting on eyeballs.
Exactly. That just is not something that we want to promote. Okay. So we're just going to paint this in this blue color, the whole lid, and you'll see later what I'm going to do something with this blue to make it cooler, but you can wait for that till the end. And so I'm just going to paint this on both sides. And this is so exciting to be doing this 200th webinar along with such fabulous face painters. I'm just honored to be included in this group. So thank you for having me,
Always
Blake.
Thrilled to have you, Pam. You are stunning. And my favorite story, without a question, of any webinar I've ever done is when your cat was drinking the face painting water. That was seriously my favorite webinar.
That'll go down in history. And I think we tend to mention it every time I'm on. So we're just making sure everybody hears that story.
Exactly. That is such a great story. It's just like I was really happy drinking the water. I mean, really no resistance to that at all. Like 100%.
Yeah, it was like his right to come and drink that water for sure. Okay, so we have our eyelids painted there, and now I am going to go in with these two colors. These are the Gold Edition Fusion puts these out, and this one is Dragonfly. It's a little bit more turquoise, and this one is Blue Wren. It's more blue. So I'm going to start with the Dragonfly.
Hello, Ireland. I'm sorry, I missed that.
And just load my 3/4 inch brush here to pick up all of those 4 colors.
Is there a board with closed eyes? I can't think of one.
Oh, I can't think of one either, but this works
Must
pretty
be.
good. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody, I'm going to make a mark like right in the center here. So I keep my little design here in the center, and I'm just going to create this kind of pointed area right here. And then on this side, I'm going to go up, copy that, and meet that in the middle, just like that. Oh, I keep hitting my brush on the phone cord, so sorry.
No worries.
So I just want
Lisa
to.
says her cat also insists on drinking face painting water. It
Oh,
must just
yeah.
taste better.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
I
They're
guess
just
this
drunk.
is a question for the group. How many of you drunk the face painting water? I have.
I have almost done it, almost,
Okay.
but not quite.
Does it taste better? I don't know. I don't know. That's an open question.
Okay, so I've got that middle part done, and then I'm gonna just
Oh,
do.
Sally Ann Lynch does boards with that. Okay, that's good.
I'm just going to do like a couple
Thanks, Amanda.
swoops on this side. And this is a symmetrical design. Jacqueline was talking about asymmetrical designs, and this one, and I like to do both. I do. Oh, sorry, I keep bumping this, but sometimes it calls for symmetrical versus asymmetrical. So I'm just getting these loops, and I'm just creating shapes that you see on a peacock. The peacock, the heads are blue. Well, on a bluer peacock, the heads are blue, and then I'm just kind of creating sort of an eye. You'll see I'm going to add some white in here, which is imitating what a eye of the peacock looks like. Now I'm taking the blue one, and I'm going to add this color. And if you're in a hurry, you can just use one of these for the whole thing. But I just thought it would be nice to add the turquoise and then to use the blue also. So I'm going to make
Vivian has not drunken the paste paint water, but she has washed her brush off in her coffee.
Oh, yes. Yes. I have done that too. So
what does the coffee taste like? You don't want to throw a cup of coffee out just because that's paint it. No, you do.
And then I'm just going to copy that on this side. So you've got kind of that focal point in the center. Oops. Let me do that. And then I'm just going to do just one right here. And one right here. Just to bring some of that color down on the bottom. So now we've got the base part of it. And now I'm going to paint some white in here around this area, because if you see on a peacock, they have white on the upper side of their eye and on the lower side. So I just want this, I want parts of it. I'm taking parts of a peacock and just creating a overall design using parts. It's not going to look exactly like a peacock, but it's going to have parts of a peacock. And you're the artist, you can do whatever you want. You don't have to do it to look just like a peacock if you don't want to. Have some hints of peacock in there. And a little teardrop down there. So that's going to frame the eyelids. I was looking on, I keep all of my information for all the webinars I have done on my computer, and I've got them all numbered, and I have done 46 webinars now for facepaint.com since 1980. I mean, 2018. Yes, that's when I did my first one.
Wow, Pam, that's amazing.
Oh,
but those must include the videos that we do every week.
No, it does not.
Wow.
The videos that I've done every week, I started with the videos and now I'm on to shorts, and there's 83 of those.
You are so organized. to track that, girl.
She is
Well-
so organized.
I have to be organized, otherwise I forget. So, like, if I want to remember things, I have to write it all down.
Like me, I forgot that I did a poinsettia last year. I should have.
Well, again, that's why I track it, because it's like, oh my goodness, what if I do the same thing twice? Because I have almost done that. I'm like, oh, how about I do this? And then I look like, ooh, no, I've already done that.
I
So
got other people to keep me in check. In case I do forget.
yeah, well, that's good. You have someone to do that for you. Okay, so now I'm going to take this stencil. It is a BAM stencil, number 1410, and it's a peacock. And I'm going to just do it in this little portion right here in the center. So I'm going to...
Susan asked, what brush are you using, Pam?
This one?
Uh-huh.
This one is the Art Factory 3/4 inch flat brush. It's
And
the one I
also-
use all the time. It's my
What split
favorite.
cake we're using? I think it was
It's Nat's Gold Edition. Fusion puts it out now, and it's Blue Wren and Dragonfly.
okay.
And so I'm just going to put this little peacock in the middle. I'm tapping on black. And I'm trying not to go outside this black edge of where I painted that base on there. So just tapping in, kind of rubbing a little bit, but when there's paint underneath, you got to be a little careful so you don't rub that paint off. Okay, I'm going to lift this up, and there you have a really pretty central design in there with just a hint of where the peacock would go. And then I am taking Marcela Bustamante's Blazing Brush, Flora Flat number 6, my favorite petal brush, and I'm going to load it with white paint. And I'm going to do some petals in the center area here. Okay. Are we able to run over in time?
Oh,
Blake?
yeah.
Okay, good. Because I want to leave.
Nobody has the room. Nobody has the room. Don't worry.
Okay, because I
If
want to.
Frida's okay with it. Frida, are you okay with it?
Oh, yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Frida's okay.
Okay, good. I just want to make sure Frida has time to do hers too.
Yeah.
So, and then I am taking the blue and the poison green. The poison green is a fab color, and I am going to make a little puddle. I like to, if I have time, and oftentimes I don't, but I like to, if I want a really nice petal load, I mix that up first, so I get like more of a muddy consistency with the paint. Like thick mud, like I don't know, thick mud, I guess.
Thick mud. Okay.
And then I just take some of the paint off on the edge on a sponge and dip it in that paint that I just mixed up. So there's one load, and then you can clean that edge off and pick up the little black on the blue on the end. And then I'm just going to do some petals.
Susan asked what liner we're using. Sorry.
Oh, did I use? Oh, well, this is the Craze number 1 round. I love this for line work. Okay, so I'm just going to start. I'll start right up here, and I'm just going to create kind of a V. And doing petals on these boards is extremely difficult to get a good petal on board. So forgive me if these are turning out a little messy, because I have such problems on a board. But, in real life, that should just look, really nice. I forgot to do something. Painting just a little test strip on my arm. Okay, so I've got that in the center, and then I'm going to go in and do some black line work to finish off this to add the details to my little princess peacock winter design. And peacocks always have those little things on the top of their heads, these little pokey things that come up. So I'm going to paint that on the top to be reminiscent of a peacock. And then just do some kind of curlicue lines like this, like you see on the edges of feathers.
Okay.
And over here, I'll come and do one like that. Then I'm going to do a little crossover like this, just creating a really pretty centerpiece there. And then I like to get a little black down here between the white and so I'm kind of framing that blue in. It's much easier to do this on a board probably than on a real person. So maybe, you know, more of a older person would be able to handle all of that painting, like, you know, right on the eyelid area. And then to finish off the sides to kind of make this design flow in a nice way, I'm going to add these little almost like eyelashes here, but I'm gonna just use them as like a little crossover area where I just go like this, like that, and like that, and I just repeat that on this side.
Jennifer says, effortlessly beautiful. I will be practicing my line work after celebrating this 200th episode with you all.
Thank you. Now I'm going to add in some white lines, just a few, because in a design like this where I have white here, I want to bring the white up here a little bit too, so it's more balanced. So make sure in your designs you're kind of spreading out your colors, you know, over the whole design, so you've got a balanced design.
Mercedes says your designs are always so fabulous, so awesome.
Oh, thank you. That just makes my day.
And Francis says, thank you for saying that about white petals. I also thought it was my inability to load my brush correctly.
No, I can never get them on a practice board. It's literally impossible for me. And okay, so that's the basic design. And then to just make it a little more fancy, number one, I got this Peacock powder from Elisa Griffith. And I don't know where you can get it personally. I got it at the Max convention at her booth. And it's a peacock powder, kind of iridescent. And if you put it over the blue paint, and I don't think you're going to see it here, but I also have a test patch on my wrist, and hopefully you'll be able to see this. But when I put this on over the blue, can you see how it sparkles like a peacock? It's like iridescent. Isn't that cool? So that's what I would put on her eyelids. And then I'm going to take this liquid bling, and it is the royal blue color, and put that right on the tips of these little feathers here, and then right at the intersections of this little grid that I have over here. And that in real life, you know, this just sparkles like nobody's business. So there's that. And then finally, I'm going to put some glitter right in the center with the Glitz glitter glue. I'm just painting some glue in the middle here, right where this peacock is.
Sure.
And I'm going to take my favorite Vivid Glitter, which is called Sea of Glass. And I just tap my brush in there.
Yeah.
So what?
Nothing. I'm just cheering you on.
Oh,
I'm
yes.
saying,
This is,
yeah, one of
I
my
love
favorites
this.
too.
Yes, it is. I love the Sea of Glass. It works with so many designs. And it just brings in some of the green that I used in these petals here. And there's a lot of green, green accents in a peacock. And just putting that right in the middle. Boop, boop, boop. My favorite is the loose, chunky glitter. I think everybody probably knows that because I use it all the time. So I think it's so extra sparkly. And then you can paint the lips, but I will quit at this point so Frida can go. But there you have it, a nice little peacocky, wintry princess design for you all. Super simple.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you very much, Pam. And as always, love having you on these webinars. And so thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Okay, next, let's
All
turn on Frida's. Okay, and then the other one, I think I asked to turn on as well.
How many do?
There you go. There you go.
Yay! It worked.
It worked. Wow.
Yay. Okay. Awesome. Thanks, guys, for hanging in there. I'm going to take a few more minutes to do one more design. I'm going to be doing a winter-themed fox design. And I love painting little creature faces. I just think they're adorable. So this is sort of a it's kind of a standard face I do that can be many, many different creatures, but it makes a really great fox. And I'm loading Fab Peach or Superstar Peach. This color is stunning on darker complexions. If you have a really light-skinned child, this one is going to look really washed out. And I would probably use a more saturated orange. But this is Marcela Bustamante's brush. It's her number 4 filbert. It is my absolute go-to brush for these types of faces. And there's going to be a little fox face living right here. And I start almost as an S shape right up here. And this is the top of the forehead. It's going to swoop down into a little nose right here. So I'm creating a profile view of this little fox just by this S shape. Then I go from the tip of the nose. I'm going to pull back to sort of, this is kind of the chin. Not
Amanda
chin.
says,
cheek.
take your time. She could watch you paint all night. I couldn't, actually. I've got plans. Yeah, so, but.
Awesome. I'm going to come down and frame a space for an eye and then fill in the back of the head. This is a little tippity top of an ear that's in the back. And then we come in and do another ear shape right here. So that is the top half of a fox face. Now, I want to continue and do a body down here. So I'm going to come from the kind of corner of this eye, come up. And I like to create these S shapes to sort of create the flow of this design. So this neck here is going to tie in with the back of that ear. So these lines just sort of flow together like that. And I do like dimension. So I'm going to just load up a little bit more of a saturated orange and just pull that into a few places. So a little bit down here, a little bit on the top, on the ears, and I'm just going to lay it down, not necessarily with too much direction, just in a few different places, just to give a little bit of dimension. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm continuing with the same brush, this filbert brush. You could certainly use a round brush for this design, but by using a filbert, I get that nice rounded edge. And this is a nice short, sturdy filbert, so I get a lot of control. If you were to try to paint this with a round brush, you're going to have a lot less control. So these shapes could grow on you very quickly and become oversized, but the filbert keeps everything tight. That's what I love about it. All right, now I'm gonna do the tip of the nose sort of chin area. So I come in at an angle. And that's what's awesome with the filbert too, is that if I turn it on its edge, I can get a really sort of just skinny line, but then I'm gonna come in and pull that into a chin and cheeks. And then back here, we have a little hair. I'm gonna do a little bit on the inside there. Build out that eye a little bit. And then I'm kind of come in here and do these swishes up for the belly. And I kind of forgot when I had my thing loaded with orange, I forgot to paint in the tail, but that's okay. So I'm gonna come in with white. This is gonna be a tip of the tail.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have to go again with some orange and finish that shape. So out by the eye, so this is gonna flow around the eye this way. So I'm gonna come in, pull that into my foxtail. I love this shape. I have a snake design I do that kind of follow all these, the same shape around the face. And I just think it looks really.
I really like that idea.
So I kind of have fallen in love a little bit, but with using these nice sort of kabuki makeup brushes to paint with. And it was something I've been wanting to use for a long time this summer, but I was too busy to wrap my head around it. And yesterday when I was painting sugar skulls, I never picked up a brush the whole time. I only used these brushes to lay in my colors, and they worked beautifully. So I'm gonna come in here. This is a Tag snowflake cake, which I love. Got a pearl, silver, teal, and a shimmer. It's a complete shimmer cake. So I want to tap in a little bit of this color on here and on the other lid as well. But you get a lot of really, really nice control. I was very impressed with how well it worked. So this is going to be a go-to tool for me from now on, I'm pretty sure.
Boy, it looks great, Frida. That looks like I want to try that. Where did you get the brushes? Are they on facepaint.com?
I got on Amazon and no name brand, something.
Yeah, well, we sell kabuki brushes too, but you're right. You can get them anywhere.
But they're a different kind. They're like an oval shaped, right? Kind of?
Yes. So the tip is like this. They're wider than they are, like an oval.
Okay,
they're
sure.
Wider than they are with length. Anyway, this is one of my favorite.
Frida, are you going to be at the St. Louis convention?
Yes.
Yes.
Woot, 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 woot.
I will. I will be at Ace and I'll be at Max.
Yeah.
All right. I'm loading a long angled 5/8 brush. This is also Marcela's brush.
Kelly says you can get those brushes at Walmart. They're the Elf brand.
Oh, yeah, these are not Elf, but this was something else. But yes, very similar. I just bought something off of Amazon. Anyway, so 5/8 angled brush. I love creating an S shape on the face. I think that's always a lot of fun. So I'm going to come in from this corner of the eye, pull in an S shape that's going to go like this. So we're going first like that. Then I'm going to come in here, and this is going to be just a fun place to add some swirls. You know, it is kind of interesting though, like I've done these a few times now, these webinars, but it doesn't really matter. You still get nervous and like, is it gonna be is it gonna turn out? So I do
try to create intimidation factor. I mean, this is a pretty tough group. If you get anything wrong, they'll kill you.
I'm with the greats here. I'm gonna film a little bit. This is
Go ahead. Please go ahead.
It's okay. I'm doing a DFX green. They're light green. One of my favorite greens. It has a lot of yellow undertones. So it almost reads like a neon, but it's not a neon. So for the eye, Things are a little bit wet, so I'm hoping things are gonna dry because I need to do a bunch of line work.
I
I
gotta
am
say,
not,
one of the things I love about this webinars is that no one takes a shot at anybody. I mean, I haven't seen, given all the stuff that happens on social media and how mean people can be, at least in American politics, if not in anything else. And it's just friendly group. Everybody wants to help everybody. Everybody's positive. There's very rarely negative comments. Like I could count them on my finger, one hand.
yeah. So one thing I do a lot is that I like mixing colors and I like not using black for line work. So I'm taking a dark plum right here, but I'm mixing it in with this green. And what I'm creating is something that looks almost like black, but is not black. It's not going to be as strong as a black to outline this fox because this is a fairly light design. So I'm going to try to keep the lightness of it. I feel black would be very dominating a lot. So I do this with unicorn as well when I don't want a dark outline on the unicorn. So I start at the top and I travel down. That's the easiest for me because you have wet paint here, but if you go down, 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 you're not coming back trying to paint on top of wet paint. So start with the ear and I try to.
Jennifer loves this fox.
It's very cute. A lot of thin to thick. And then the inside, little flicks here. Foxes have these tiny little noses. So I do a little black nose right there. And then flick in for a little smile. And then it's the chin up. And then back. I'm going to do the back ear here. A few little lines. And then squiggle wiggle a little bit for some ruffy fur. For this eye, this is a series of teardrops basically. I'm working on top of wet paint, so I got to be really careful. I just put my finger on it and messed it up right there, but oh well. That happens. All right, gotta be careful where I put my finger. So this is not black. Sure looks like black, but it's not. And that's what I like about it is that if it was to smear, it doesn't smear as darkly as black does. So I'm going to do the tail back here. I am usually pretty light-handed with my line work. Okay. And so this is very dominating with a lot of dark colors. I want to just put a little bit over on this side, but I don't want to outline the whole thing with dark. But I am going to balance it out a little bit by just pulling in a few little shapes over here, just so that I have continuity. Okay, so this little guy lives in a little bit of a snowstorm or something. So next is just going to be a series of line work.
And so what brush we're using for the line work?
Okay, this is a King Art brush, number 1. It is their 6000 series.
Okay.
And I bought a bunch of.
What color we're using for the line work?
I mixed a plum and a dark green. I mixed this plum with this green up here. And this is something I just do a lot.
And Linda says this would be a great shape for the fawn, for a fawn as well.
That's the thing with this face shape. It can be a cat, it can be a dog, it can be a fox. If you do the nose different, it can be an elephant, it can be a deer. It has any kind of small creature mammal. Well, basically, not that an elephant is a small creature, but it can go with pretty much anything. All right. So we're going to do this, follow this flow that's already happening here. So I'm going to do one little teardrop this way. And then come back and flow out this way.
Says your line work is beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for sharing.
So one of the most important lines when you want to think about doing all this kind of line work is that there are a few different lines that are your most important lines. And what you do in between is less important. So one is going to be this first sort of angle strokes you do. And the next one are going to be the lines that sort of frame the eye. But then anything you do in between here, that's arbitrary. You could fill that with line work. You could fill it with stencil work. It's not as important. But for your flow, these are going to be the lines that are important. So what I'm going to do in here is just going to do some flicks and teardrops. I want to continue this flow down. So we're going to do just a series of little teardrops.
To ask the question of the group, throw in your comments, any suggestions you have for these webinars. So what should we do in the next 100? I mean, not that I've already scheduled probably the first 20, but you know, if you guys got any ideas, I'd love to hear.
So same thing here. I have these lines here are important. The lines over here, they're going to frame this. It's important. What happens in between here is less important. But I'm just going to do a nice big swirl because I want to continue the flow to go that way. And from here, I'm going to meet up with a teardrop. So they're almost touching, but not quite. And I don't want to do too much because I don't want to overpower this design with too many things. So I'm kind of happy with the way things are right now. Well, I have white going on. I'm going to put in a little bit in the eye right there. And then probably do a little bit more white on top of that. Kind of waiting for things to dry a little bit because I'm planning on putting in a few little snowflakes. And this is one of my favorite snowflake stencils. And it's an O stencil. So it has this lovely shape for snowflakes. So I'm going with a small kabuki this time. And stenciling on boards is very, very difficult. They don't really want to absorb really well. If you have it the slightest bit too wet, it's going to bleed underneath that stencil because the board absorbs nothing, right? When you're doing it on skin, it's way more forgiving than a board. So I'm going to try to make sure this is really, really dry. And make sure this is dry. And let's see if I can put a little series of snowflakes.
Magic lines with Monique.
And then tap, 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 especially on a board. If I'm doing it on skin, I can rub back and forth a little bit more, but tapping seems to work best on the board. So I don't know if you can see that, but I have all these little snowflakes here. I really like, this is such a pretty snowflake. I want to try to fit that one right over here. I am super, super sticky paint that has hardly any water in it in order to do a stencil on this board. Okay, pick that up. Okay, that worked. And then one thing I really love to do when I'm doing these things is creating a story, especially for the kids. So just for fun for this little fox, I love saying, oh, catching a snowflake on his nose. So I did a tiny little snowflake right up over his nose, and the kids love it.
Small cheek designs. That's a good idea.
Like that. And let's see if I can do some glitter. And it's not going to really stick, but my go-to glitter is just your basic Aurora white shimmer. And it goes with everything, and I don't give the kids too many choices.
You don't want to give them choice. We at facepaint.com recommending not giving your clients choice.
It depends. You're working
it's just easier saying, you know, it's like Henry Ford said, you can have any car you want as long as it's black.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that. And honestly, that's only for busy events. If I'm at a party, special event, you know, you get everything. But if I do a lot of events where it's kind of a speed painting situation, and I just can't take the time to let kids choose. You know, there just isn't, because then they sit there for another 5 minutes because they want one of every single color. So I only bring that out for birthday parties. When I do public events, it's one glitter. Maybe two. Maybe I'll put in a rainbow one in there too, but that's about it.
Right.
Stay.
There we
That's
go. Awesome. Well, that is our 200th anniversary. So we're not stopping. We're going to keep going. So we're going to have more and more of these. Next week, we're going to have Iris Killian, and she's going to be doing some cheek designs for those that like cheek designs. And she will be doing this on Monday, and with Sweet Treat Animals. And then the following week, we're going to have Prima Barton back on November 13th. I really appreciate you guys watching this. I appreciate all the artists I get to spend time with. I enjoy this group. I enjoy the positivity of this group, and I love you guys' art. So from the bottom of my heart, I really enjoy it. So thank you guys. It's been a real pleasure.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.